Welcome to Play by Play Sports Show, man. This is your host, Marlo Smith, and I'm back again with another episode. In this episode, I'm going to talk about none other than the Florida Gators, and are they for real? Man, it's getting close to the release of college football 26. Let me make that clear. College football 26. They did a reveal today on YouTube, and man, I'm telling what. A lot of people are excited for that video game to come out. I know I am. I enjoyed 25. I'm going to finish at least one more season on it before they drop the 26 title. So I'm getting wrapped up on my football, trying to get all this information out. And, you know, while the season's a little bit a while away, we still got some time. Probably around, I think, 90-some days or so. I haven't been keeping up, and I know it's somewhere around that. But, I want to talk about the Florida Gators because a lot of people have been taking Florida for granted over the past few years. And I know I've been one saying Billy Napier was not the guy for the Florida Gators. And sometimes you need time to build a program. And Billy came in behind Dan Mullen, and we know how that went. But I think he's finally turned the corner for the Florida Gators, and I'm excited to see. But he did receive a ton of backlash since he's been there, and everybody know that at a big-time program like Florida, people expect to win. And I'm an Alabama fan, but I'm a college football fan first and foremost, all around. I watch Florida, and sometimes it bothers me to see that they're not doing good. I like watching Georgia. I watch everybody in the SEC, probably except for Vanderbilt. That's probably the only team I don't really keep up with unless we playing them. But I've been watching the Gators since Steve Spurrier. When they had Riddell Anthony, Ike Hilliard, Fred Teller, Danny Warfel, Jesse Palmer. They had plenty of quarterbacks, man. They were loaded. They had I forgot the wide receiver number 5, Jaquez Green. Man, they used to be loaded talent all over the football field. Running backs, Eric Rett, man, you name it. The Gators were rolling, and then you had my man Urban Meyer come in with Tebow and get them back to the national title game, and they win it. I think they won 2 under Urban Meyer, but Florida's been down since that. But Florida fans expect to win. And people get tired of seeing a program like them lose with all those recruits in that state. But we all have to realize that it takes time to build a program. They hadn't done much since Urban Meyer left. Former Florida coach Dan Mullen, like I said, didn't want to recruit. Everybody was killing him, saying he didn't want to go out and get the player. But he had his ups and downs at Florida. And we saw at the end where much talent wasn't left on that team. That team was depleted. They were terrible. No depth, nothing. Nobody was developing. Florida just looked terrible when they got on the football field. You know, when Florida stepped on the field, with most teams in college football, everybody felt confident to see what Florida can do on that ball field. But the rumors were that he didn't like to recruit, go out and get the best player. He just tried to sell Florida, bro. In this day and age, you can't just sell Florida. You better get up off that couch and get out there and go and recruit, son. Or you ain't going to get nothing. Yeah, he could have hired me. I would have went to recruit for him. Paid me a little something on the side. I would have got up off the couch and caught me. I paid for my own flight and went out there. But recruiting Florida, and you don't want to do that? With all them big-time quarterbacks and receivers going to Alabama and Georgia. Calvin Ridley, Jared Judy, all these boys that were going to Georgia and Alabama and elsewhere across the country, going to the Big 10, Big 12. And you the Florida Gators sitting right there? You crazy. In the state of Florida? But that was the room. But I'm here to tell y'all. So Gator fan, keep your head up. This may be the season that y'all turn things around. Billy Napier might finally have his most talented team and explosive football team they have had in years. This team is explosive. They got some dudes. And I'm telling you, I'm excited to see them take the football field. And look out, some of these teams that have been pushing Florida around probably ain't going to happen this year. But they do have explosive talent. I'm going to dig into that more. But I truly think that Florida will finally be ready to take on the mighty Georgia Bulldogs and head coach Kirby Smart and the rest of the SEC in 2025. Because they got the guy, the Jimmy and Joes, that can go get it done. So let's get ready, man. I'm about to break down to you the Florida Gators first and foremost have a true quarterback, talented and electrifying quarterback. And sophomore, quarterback DJ Lagway. And I'm telling you now, I've been calling for Florida to put that ball on the field last year when they had, I can't remember the guy's name, the quarterback they had last season. They got it from Wisconsin. I never seen a guy come from Wisconsin and take over a team in the SEC. I don't care. I know everybody get desperate. But you couldn't get it done in Wisconsin. You couldn't get it done at Florida. But I was like, man, put DJ in. If you're going to fall with DJ. But DJ Lagway, man, he's leading the charge for the new Florida Gators, and they're ready to go for it all this season, man. No, all boundaries, all straps, handcuffs are off. It's time to let those boys loose in the swamp and do what they do. Take the handcuffs off DJ and let him rip that thing all day. That's what I'm saying. They're ready for all the smoke, man, with everybody. DJ has some talented pass catchers in sophomore Mizell, who's a very explosive athlete, who has big play potential. He should be ready for a breakout year. Transfer, who was that guy? They got a transfer wide receiver from UCLA, J. Michael Sturdivant, who hauled in 22 catches for 315 yards and 2 scores. Last year, you got wide receiver Eugene Wilson, who can get it done and has a special skill set at the wide receiver position. We saw him in spurts last year, but he recorded 19 receptions for 266 yards, 1 touchdown in 2024. But he should definitely have a breakout. The guy got major speed, man, can get up and down the field. And look out for wide receiver TJ Abrams, who I saw play during high school, man. This kid can really be special with his big playability. I could see him playing a role like Percy Harvin if the Gators want to be creative on the offensive side of the ball and get the ball in this kid's hand. So if they want to be creative with their play calling, get that ball in TJ Abrams' hand. The guy got some wiggle. He can do something special for the Florida Gators offense in this upcoming season. Who else I'm thinking about? Let's not forget about incoming freshman wide receiver, 6'3", 209-pound Dallas Wilson out of Tampa, Florida, who can absolutely step in and help the Florida Gators win ASAP. I mean, today he could step in and help the Florida Gators win. 6'3", 209, the former 5-star wide receiver from, I think, Tampa, Florida, racked up 130 receptions, over 2,400 yards, and 30 touchdowns during his high school career. And he comes in physically ready to compete and dominate in the SEC conference in 2025. You 6'3", 200-some pounds, you've been playing with kids when you was in high school. This man, right now, you got guys who juniors don't even look like that. But this kid coming in at 6'3", 205 pounds, he's ready to go. And you got, my man that was killing during the spring, highlights was all over the place. Nayshawn Montgomery, another true freshman playmaker, 6'1", 185 from Miami Central. I mean, Nayshawn Montgomery has some real wiggle. He can get loose real fast, and he showed what he can do during spring workouts where he was on the scene. He was all over Instagram and YouTube just with the footwork stuff, and I mean, making dudes bust out their shoes with his route running ability. So you can count on Nayshawn Montgomery to make an impact, whether it's special teams, slot, where you're going to put these boys for the Florida Gators. They are ready to step up and challenge and help DJ Lagway, because DJ is so confident in his ability that everything around him is going to be ready to play. And when you got a talented quarterback, it lifts the play. it lifts the player everybody else on the football team. And they have that in DJ Latway. Let's keep going. We got Vernell Brown, the third. He's an explosive wide receiver. Coming from Jones High School, where he recorded 143 total receptions, over 2,400 receiving yards, and 18 scores during his high school career at Jones High School. Then DJ Latway has a ton of weapons to make the Gators offense dangerous again, as they used to be back in Spurrier days. You want to see Florida that explosive. You want to see them be able to put points on the board, make sustainable drives against teams like Georgia when it count, Tennessee, or anybody, Texas, Longhorns, teams they got to play. But let's not forget about the running back position for the University of Florida. They are in good hands still with Jaden Barr and Jacoby Jackson leading the charge for the Florida Gators. So the run game goes hand in hand with DJ Latway, and that should settle him in as well. Let's not forget about the Florida Gators defense, led by defensive coordinator Ron Roberts and co-defensive coordinator Robert Ballard. And the Gators can absolutely turn things around this season. The offense will be explosive. Let's make that clear. They have some dudes on defense as well to work with. And you got to start with none other than Tyreek Sapp, who's a player. Caleb Banks, who's a player. George Gomes, who's a player. They will lead a tenacious defensive front that would get after the quarterback for the Florida Gators, gobble up the run game. They have depth along that defensive line that they can be able to churn in players and keep the front, the starters fresh, and keep the Gators getting after it. But the Gators are super loaded at the line back position with Miles Graham, former 5-star. Boy can play fast. Sideline to sideline runner. I mean, get downhill. But anything going that sideline, Miles Graham chewing that up, baby. He chewing it up and spitting it out. Who else you got? You got Grayson Howard. Don't forget about this boy, Aaron Childs, who's a speedster. Incoming freshman Ty Jackson from Seminole Ridge High School. Who are they? Junior inside linebacker Jaden Robinson, who recorded 52 stops, 3.5 sacks. Brings experience to a very aggressive defensive unit. Florida got everything they need to do everything in year one. I did a video earlier talking about Michigan. Michigan and Florida are two teams that can go from the doghouse to the penthouse. Let me say that again. Michigan and Florida are the two teams from last season that can go from the doghouse to the penthouse. Because they have the dudes and they have the coaches and they got the Jimmy and Joes to turn things around right now. But I'm excited to say this about the Florida Gators. They can have one of the top secondaries in the SEC. Let's get into it. Because the secondary ready to make some noise. They tall, they rangy, and they athletic. They are tall, rangy, and athletic at the secondary position. You got 6'2" senior Devin Moore, talented corner Kamani McClain, 6'1". Jamrock Grimsley, 6'2". I remember Alabama was trying to get him. Dejon Johnson, 6'1", transfer. You got what's my man name? Transfer DB Michael Caraway Jr. Another tall guy. You got Jordan Castillo, who racked up 55 stops, 1 sack, and 9 pass breakups in that secondary last season. Dude can play the game of football. You got freshman Drake Stubbs. We heard about him during the spring. He looks really good. Who else we got? Lagunza Howard from Toombs County in Georgia. Sharif Denson had 37 stops, 1 interception, 2 PBUs in 2024. So you got him. They got a lot of depth. They got some young talent. Who else we got? Let's not forget about Aaron Gates, who's a talented guy, will only get better after he recorded 27 stops and 3 PBUs in 2024 as a freshman. So they got depth, they got range, they got length, they got guys who can really jam up at that line of scrimmage. Florida's going to be really good, man. I'm telling y'all, keep sleeping on them boys, man. But Coach Billy Napier may finally have a team that can challenge not just Georgia. Georgia been getting the boys fits, but Florida ain't had no offensive threat in them. Experienced quarterback now with DJ Lagway. But not only can they challenge Georgia, they can challenge everybody else in the SEC and around the country in college football. But we'll definitely be having an eye out for the Florida Gators in 2025, as well as on the college football 26 football game. The boys going to be loaded, speed all over the football field. But thank y'all for tuning in to Play by Play Sports Show. Know that God is an awesome God. He reigns over all. I love you guys, and I pray that you guys get everything your heart desires with hard work. Never give up on your dreams. And my boy Corey out there, thank you for instilling in me to continue to go and push forward on my channel. I was at this before, got up to like almost 10,000 subscribers. And a lot of things went on back then, a couple of years ago, probably been about 2 years ago or so. And so I'm starting my channel up fresh again. And I'm ready to rock and roll. But I appreciate my boy Corey. Appreciate you for pushing me to continue to do it. But make sure y'all like, subscribe, and share this channel. Like, subscribe, and share this channel. I love you guys. Thank y'all for tuning in to Play by Play Sports Show. I'm your host, Marlo Smith, and I'm out. Peace.